Hello, viewers. My name is Zach Hardy, and this is a video that I put, or I guess a follow-up video to what I put out earlier in the week, and that was the information, or part of the information, of USW's 2016 pay-per-view schedule being released. Now, what I went over were the dates, the events, and the cities. But as of now, we have also learned the locations of each event, and there has also been brief, um, a brief summary of the pay-per-view events leaked or put out. So I will read those all. You can all find them on the Wikipedia pages that they are found on. First off, we start with No Forgiveness 2016, as well, and the not to mention, or to mention that the tagline has also been released. So we start out with No Forgiveness 2016. The tagline is "Forgiveness gets you nowhere." The promotion is by USW. It will be held on July 31st, 2016, in Brooklyn, New York, in the Sean Murphy Tribute Arena. It says USW No Forgiveness 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. Then we go into USW Insanity 2016. Thing loads. All right. Tagline is "This is Insanity." Of course, USW is a promotion. It will be taking place on February 28th, 2016, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the Jackson Hewitt Coliseum. USW Insanity 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. This pay-per-view event will be the third pay-per-view to house the annual 20-man gauntlet match, in which the final competitor wins a championship match of his choosing at Cult Greatness 11. Then we get into Final Chapter 2016. The tagline is "Closing Credits." I don't quite understand what the tagline is supposed to mean. I think it's supposed to mean like the credit page, like as in final chapters. In the final chapter, you read past the final chapter and you get to the credits. You know, who wrote the book, who developed the book, who published the book, and all that. The closing credits. That's what I assume it is. Take place on March 20th, 2016, in Fishkill, New York, in Duchess Stadium. That is the stadium usually housing the NEW events, Northeast Wrestling events, when it comes to them being in Fishkill, New York. USW Final Chapter 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. Pretty simple. Next is Cult Greatness 12. Unknown theme song. Taglines are "The Start of Another X." Promotion Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. Date April 24th, 2016, in Gridiron Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut. I don't think that's been updated yet. No, that's not been updated yet. Whatever. It's not supposed to be in. No, it's supposed to be in Open Wave Arena in Newport, Rhode Island. And I don't mean an Open Wave Arena. I mean in the Open Wave Arena in Newport, Rhode Island. So I guess that hasn't been updated. I guess I'll update it when I'm done with this video. No Remorse 2016. There's more of a summary. The tagline is "Feel no remorse, feel the power of evil." Ultimate Showcase Wrestling is the promotion. It takes place on May 29th, 2016, in the New York City Coliseum in New York, New York. No Remorse 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. It will be the fourth pay-per-view event under the name No Remorse, with the first event being in December of 2013. The pay-per-view replaces the USW Tap Out, which was placed into the late May pay-per-view slot in 2015. No Remorse 2015 was held in the first week of May from 2014 until 2015. The event will be held in the New York City Coliseum in New York, New York on May 29, 2016. Yeah. Excuse me. Now next is Hardcore Haven. Tagline, "Not Such a Safe Haven," on June 26, 2016, in Hershey Stadium in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Upcoming pay-per-view produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. It will be the second pay-per-view under the name Hardcore Haven, with the 2014 pay-per-view event being called Hardcore Heaven. The pay-per-view event maintains its spot in the USW's pay-per-view lineup, as well as it was held in late June in the year 2015. Ultimate Consequence 2016 is called. The tagline is "The Ninth Consequence," on July 31st, 2016, in Hat Trick Arena in Manhattan, New York. It is the 9th pay-per-view produced under the same name, but only the 4th under Ultimate Showcase Wrestling, as the previous events were used under the Whacked Out Wrestling promotion. The event will take place in the Hat Trick Arena in Manhattan, New York on July 31st, 2016. The pay-per-view keeps its slot from 2015, in which it was held on the final Sunday of July. Next up is Capital Carnage. The tagline is "The Ninth Reason for Carnage." On August 26, 2016, in Verizon Coliseum, Newark, New Jersey. Verizon Coliseum was in Newark, New Jersey, what housed USW Called Greatness 9. It will be the 9th event produced under the same name, but the 4th under the Ultimate Showcase Wrestling promotion, as the previous events were held under the Whacked Out Wrestling promotion. The event keeps its slot from the 2015 pay-per-view schedule, in which it was held on the final Sunday in August. Next is Top Rope. Tagline: 20 men enter, 19 go over, 1 stands tall. September 25th, 2016, in the Chevrolet Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is a pretty big summary. Top Rope 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. It is the 3rd event held under the same name and produced by USW. The event keeps its pay-per-view slot from 2015, in which it was held on the last Sunday of September. The pay-per-view event will hold the 4th annual Top Rope match, in which, similar to the WWE's Royal Rumble, 20 USW performers enter the ring, and the only way to eliminate someone is by throwing them over the top rope. The winner is the last performer in the ring and will earn a championship match against any champion at that year's Bulletproof pay-per-view event, which will be Bulletproof 9. The event will be held in the Chevrolet Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on September 25th, 2016. Next up is Steel Purgatory, which moves from March to October. The tagline is "The E for escape is now U for unforgiving." The whole point about that is, as I learned just recently, Steel Purgatory in 2015 and 2014, Purgatory was spelled Pergatory when the correct spelling is Purgatory. So apparently the E in Purgatory was for escape. So it wasn't like they misspelled it by accident or on purpose, or they misspelled it on purpose because they meant for E to be escape, since it is a cage match type event. And apparently U is now for unforgiving. Held in Vermont Stadium in Montpelier, Vermont. Excuse me. Steel Purgatory 2016 is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. It is the 3rd event held under the same name in Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. The pay-per-view is widely known due to most, if not all, of the event's matches being held inside a structure. Example, a cage match, a cell match, an elevated cage match. The event also houses the Steel Purgatory match, which is a cell that houses 4 smaller cages on the inside of the cell, on the floor of each corner of the ring. After 5 minutes, a performer is released from their cage area. If not all of the performers have been released from their cages, then performers will be eliminated after being pinned. After all performers have been released from their pods, whomever is left in the match cannot be eliminated. That means the first person to gain a pinfall or submission will win the match, and the championship or prize, if there is one on the line in the match. The 2016 Steel Purgatory event will be the 2nd to last Sunday of October, when the previous year's event was held on the 1st Sunday of March. The event will take place, of course, in Vermont Stadium, Montpelier, Vermont. Next is Bulletproof 9. Okay. Tagline: Rhode Island is bulletproof, because it will be in Rhode Island. Shoreline Coliseum in Providence, Rhode Island. It will be the 9th pay-per-view held under the same name, but the 4th under Ultimate Showcase Wrestling, as the previous events were held under the Whacked Out Wrestling promotion. The event keeps its pay-per-view slot from 2015, in which it was held on the final Sunday of November. The event is billed as the 2nd largest pay-per-view event by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling, where the top billed pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling is called Greatness. The event will take place in the Shoreline Coliseum in Providence, Rhode Island. And finally, we have USW Discipline Breakdown 2016. Of course, this Discipline Breakdown 2015 was canceled earlier this month. So it's been released that the only reason why this pay-per-view or why Discipline Breakdown will take place in 2016 is because it was canceled in 2015. So, tagline: You must be disciplined. Venue: the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City and New Jersey. It will be the second event planned under the same name, but the first event to be held under the name to be officially held. The first event was canceled in 2015, which was the reasoning behind the event taking place this year. The event replaces USW Aftershock on the final Sunday of December, when the event was supposed to take place on the first Sunday in August on the 2015 USW pay-per-view slot. The event will take place in the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City, New Jersey, on December 25th, 2016, Christmas Day, inside the event center of the casino portion of the building. So pretty much like Mohegan Sun and the bands. If you live in Connecticut, then you will know what Mohegan Sun is, hopefully. And usually there's a performance area in casinos, and that in the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa, that is where the Split Breakdown will be held. It's also a smaller pay-per-view, so it's not like Bulletproof 9 or anything, so it doesn't need a very big venue or anything. And of course, this gives USW a place for their performers to sleep for the night, because then you have a hotel right with the casino and the spa. So there you have it. However, two things that I wanted to point out were the fact that we have two pay-per-views for 2017 already announced, and I'll give you 10 seconds to think of what pay-per-view events those will be. 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The events will be Call to Greatness 12 and Bulletproof 10th Anniversary. I'm already clicking on, yep, there we go. The tagline for Call to Greatness 12 is 12-digit number. It'll take place in 2017. It reads, Call to Greatness 12. Oh, it's a regular thing produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. The event was one of the two events announced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling to take place in 2017, when it and Bulletproof 10th Anniversary were announced on June 25th, 2015. And then we have, I'll get there. I will get there. Don't you worry. I don't know why, but it's taking such a long time to load, and it's pissing me the fuck off. And this will probably be the last thing I talk about in the video. There we go. It won't be Bulletproof 10. It will be USW Bulletproof 10th Anniversary. Tagline, it's a pretty funny tagline. It's, yes, another 10th anniversary of something. It's fucking priceless. I mean, of course, you more than likely will have Ultimate Consequence and Capital Carnage joining Call to Greatness and Bulletproof in 2017. But since Call to Greatness celebrated its 10th anniversary, at this point it will be about 2 years ago. And after this, you will have the 10th anniversary of Ultimate Consequence and Capital Carnage. So that's why it says, yes, another 10th anniversary of something. The third in 1 year and the fourth in 2 years. So Bulletproof 10th Anniversary is an upcoming professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling. It will be the 10th event held under the same name and the 5th held under the Ultimate Showcase Wrestling promotion. Of course, previous events were held under WOW. The event was one of two events announced by Ultimate Showcase Wrestling to take place in 2017. The event, along with Call to Greatness 12, were the events announced to take place in an interview on June 25th, 2015. So there you have it. Nothing else really to talk about. All the events have been announced. The venues, the cities and states, the dates, the taglines, everything's been announced. So the only thing we're missing right now is theme songs, and it's whether or not we're going to end up getting a theme song later on, this year, or if they'll be announced next year or something, or they're going to do something like the WWE does, where they go in order, knocking it down one by 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 one, in which a pay-per-view, a theme song was released for a pay-per-view, a week or two before it, and then the next pay-per-view gets it announced a week or two before it, but they don't all get announced at once. I guess that's interesting, and it's easier for USW to announce theme songs for pay-per-view events because they don't usually use new songs. I mean, they did for a small portion in 2014, but now they go with songs from the 90s and early 2000s. Around that's part of the reason why I liked forms of rock, because they used forms of rock music. And I know every performer from USW has a form, or their theme song is a form of rock, or at least very, very few are any forms other than rock. But I know most, if not all, well, I'm sorry, if not all, but maybe 5 or 10 theme songs that are used in USW are from like 90s grunge rock, or 90s punk rock, or 90s alternative rock, or 2000s alternative rock, or new wave rock, or whatever. That's part of the reason why I got into rock and roll, and grunge rock, and punk rock, and alternative rock, because all of these theme songs were getting changed to these. And not mention Maj Geta, a good friend of mine. Of course, we're rivals on screen, but we're friends in real life. He actually opened me up to that kind of rock music, and I ended up listening to it. I enjoyed it, so that's why. But anyway, that was pretty much all I had. Excuse me, for this video. So if you liked it, thank you for watching. As well as announcement. If you have a question for me to answer on the Cardiac Wrestling Podcast, episode number 3, this Tuesday on the live. It will be taking place live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 hours after when it's regularly supposed to be announced. But I just feel like 10 is a better time. But I will answer that question if you have it. If you have a question, please don't send it to anywhere else unless I ask you to. The one place I need you to send it is unitards@gmail.com. UNITARDZZ@gmail.com. It's my YouTube channel name, only with one more Z at the end. Unitards@gmail.com. So I will answer that question in the Cardiac Wrestling Podcast, episode number 3, on Tuesday. Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. And I will answer those usually at the end of the podcast. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. Zach Hardy, signing off.